Valley Club. There are a ton of teams nowadays in Marvel Strike Force, and even if you're the biggest Kraken, there's not enough resources in the game to build them all right away. So you need to use your resources wisely, make a decision which are the teams you're going to build, which are the teams you're not going to build. And in this video, we're going to help you with that decision. We're going to talk about the 10 best teams in Marvel Strike Force today. And if you're ready to see who they are so you can use your resources wisely, then you know what to do, Valley Club. Find that like button and let's go smash it. And welcome back to the ValleyFlyin channel. I am ValleyFlyin. I hope you're having a great day because we are counting down the 10 best teams in Marvel Strike Force. If you get some value from this video, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and ring that notification bell if you want to stay notified as soon as a brand new video goes up. At least 5 brand new Marvel Strike Force videos on this channel per week. Well, let's talk about this list, the 10 best characters in Marvel Strike Force. There's a lot of great hybrid teams in the game, and you can make the argument that some of these hybrid teams are going to be better than these full teams, but just for the sake of simplicity, we're going to only rate the full teams in the game. So fully tagged teams in the game are going to be rated here. And if those teams are valuable in one game mode, they're probably not going to be on this list, even if they're the most dominant team in that game mode. For example, the Liberty team, once they are fully built, they're probably the best war offense team, but because they're not valuable in other game modes, or it doesn't seem like they're valuable in other game modes, they're probably not going to be on this list. To make this list, you need to be valuable in multiple game modes. So there's a few teams that are valuable in 3 game modes. They're definitely on this list. There's a lot of teams that are valuable in 2 game modes. We're going to pick the best of the bunch here. And we're going to start this list with the absolute A-Force, one of the best war teams in the game right now. And because the full Liberty team is not here as me recording this video, well, this is probably the best war offense team in the game when you're not taking any hybrids into account. And the reason this team has value in other game modes is not necessarily for this whole team. It's mainly because of Kohori, maybe Miss Marvel Classic, maybe Medusa, but they are also valuable in Cosmic Crucible. Kohori is definitely tough on a lot of different defenses, and you pretty much need to bring Black Knight or a hard counter to that team to finish this off in Cosmic Crucible. And in war offense, they could take out a lot of different teams. So absolute A-Force makes a 10 spot on this list. And moving on to the number 9 spot, one of the most valuable teams at one time was the Spider Society. You needed them for the Orcus raid, you needed them for the Spotlight 1 raids, and they were very good in Crucible, very good in war. However, now that we have the Spotlight 2 raids, you only need them for the Orcus raids, and they lost a lot of value in war, lost a lot of value in Crucible. So this time they're needed for the Orcus raids, but the other game mode that I think they're very valuable in is Dark Dimension. Whether you're in Dark Dimension 8, 7, 6, any between, or any previous to that, these are the best city characters that you can bring in. They are going to auto Dark Dimension, and I know some people are bringing them up for level 105 milestones. I do think they're still a trap team, though. I think you build them up to level 100. You build them up. You put this 3, the ISO 8 purple level 3 on them. After that, though, I don't think you keep investing in this team. They're a very good team, but I think this is a trap team that you can risk over investing in. You're going to need them for the raids, and they're good in Dark Dimension. After that, I don't think you keep building them, and I don't think this is a top selection for those race to 105 milestones, but with the teams in the game, I still think they are the number 9 team in the game right now. And moving on to Alpha Flight, they are valuable in the raids. You need them for the Spotlight 2 raids. You did need them for the Spotlight 1 raids. They're also very, very good in war. War defense is where they're going to shine. They are easily countered by the Mercs for money, but a lot of other teams will struggle against them on war defense. And if we look at some of these other characters, they do have some hybrid value as well. Guardian works with a lot of other teams. Northstar works with a lot of other teams. Sasquatch is a great pre-taunt tank. You're probably not splitting up Wolverine and Sunfire into other teams, but there is a use case for Guardian, Northstar on Sasquatch and a lot of hybrid teams. Alpha Flight is a very, very good team to build. You need them for the raids, and they will give you some hybrid value for some of these characters in Cosmic Crucible as well. So valuable in war, valuable in the Spotlight 2 raids, and also pretty good in Cosmic Crucible. Next team on this list is the Illuminati, and where you're going to find a value, they are a good Cosmic Crucible team. One of the best Cosmic Crucible teams. Nowadays, a lot of people are placing them on defense with Odin, which is a big problem if you don't have the right counters or are trying to counter some other rooms and don't have enough characters. Also very, very good in war. A lot of the value comes from Captain Britain, and the 3 characters that you're probably going to split up onto other teams, Hank Pym, Black Panther, Shuri, and Captain Britain. These other characters, Mr. Fantastic, Black Bolt, Iron Man, maybe not used on some other hybrid teams, but Hank Pym, Shuri, and Captain Britain have a lot of synergy. So Cosmic Crucible is where they're shining right now. Like I said, most people, I see them placing them on defense, but they're still very, very good in offense, and they are capable of taking out a lot of the top war teams, maybe not the top 5 meta teams, but a lot of the top teams in war. Illuminati is a great solution for. So War and Crucible is where you're going to see some value from the Illuminati. And War and Crucible is where you're going to have some value for the Mercs for money. And if you're just talking about Old Man Logan, well, you could extend that to the raids as well. If you don't have some of these mythic characters, well, maybe you're still using Old Man Logan in Arena. So potentially valuable in 4 game modes, but really, really valuable in 2. They are dominant in War. You could auto a lot of the meta teams with the Mercs for money in War. And I'm using a lot of Old Man Logan pretty much in every Crucible match. A lot of times a combination of Old Man Logan, Panda Pool, and Dawkins, sometimes Deadpool in Cosmic Crucible. And as far as the raids, the mutant section of the raids, Old Man Logan is a great option if you don't want to build up that Cyclops for that mutant section. Old Man Logan fits into that Extreme X-Men team very, very well in the raids. You can still sim it with them. But the big star in this team is Old Man Logan. I still think he's one of the best, if not the best non-mythic character in the game right now. Does a lot. And if you start to get him rolling, it's very hard to stop him. So Mercs for money, still one of the best teams in the game right now. And the rest of the teams on this list will definitely have value in 3 game modes, starting with the Orca is valuable in the raids and gives you a lot of value in Crucible and War. Now in Crucible and War, they are countered pretty easily by a bunch of teams, including the Night Stalkers. But if you don't bring in one of their hard counters, they can wipe you out. We got a lot of damage from Lady Deathstrike. We got some revives potentially from Scientist Supreme. We got some counterattacks from Omega Sentinel. We got a lot of bots on the field from Sentinel and just some big damage from Nimrod as well. So lots of value from this team. And if you get lucky, you could have Scientist Supreme bring your characters back to life every single time. So when talking about MVPs of this team, I think Lady Deathstrike gets the most plug-and-play value. Has a lot of damage with 3 diamonds on her. Has a lot of collection power that is added to your squad. We have some value from the rest of these teams as well. I think the rest of these characters are fitting better onto a full Orcus team, but Lady Deathstrike does have a lot of that hybrid value. But you're going to get a lot of value from the Orcus team. Raids, Crucible, War is where they're going to shine. And then Night Stalkers are also going to shine in those game modes. You need the Night Stalkers for the Orcus raids. You can use them in the early section of the Spotlight 2 raids as well, but whether you're on offense or defense in Cosmic Crucible, the Night Stalkers, they're a very fast team. Blade, Oath combo, and the huge damage for Agatha Harkness really helps you get in front of a lot of teams. And they're great in War as well. You could use them on offense, taking out teams like Orcus, or you could use them on defense and provides a lot of problems for your opponents because of the speed of this team. You could use a lot of these characters in multiple game modes on hybrid teams. Maybe not Moon Knight, but I see Agatha just slotted onto a lot of different teams, especially with that previous synergy she had with the Darkhold team, Morgan Le Fay. Blade and Oath have a lot of great synergy and are very, very fast characters, allow you to get in front of the enemies. Blade, it does have some speed bar reduction as well, and Man-Thing is one of the best pre-taunt tanks in the game right now. So a lot of value for this team on a full Night Stalkers team or on hybrid teams as well. Yeah, a lot of value in multiple game modes from the Night Stalkers. The Uncanny Avengers are in a weird spot right now. They are slotted into 3 different teams. The main team, the Uncanny Avengers, is a raid team for the Spotlight 2 raids. Then we got the Immortal X-Men, which are very good in Cosmic Crucible, and the Mighty Avengers also from this team, which are very good in War. So in my estimation, that is 3 teams that is good from the Uncanny Avengers. Now, you need a couple other characters to make that full Immortal X-Men and a few other characters to make those Mighty Avengers for Crucible and for War. But as far as this team, the valuable members are right here. We got the valuable members of the Immortal X-Men, Jean Grey, Storm, Beast. Very, very good in Cosmic Crucible, capable of taking out a lot of the teams that you're going to run across. And then Hercules and Falcon are the MVPs for the Mighty Avengers, which does a lot of damage in War. And even without Jean and Hercules built up all the way, they still are dominant in the raids. Can fully sim them even with low star levels on Hercules and Jean. And yeah, you can take out a lot of teams in Cosmic Crucible, and they're pretty okay in War as well. So the Uncanny Avengers, this is one of the best teams to build right now because of the multiple game modes this team is going to give you value in. Now, number 2 on this list is the Astral team. Now, they were meant to shine in Battleworld, but even without Battleworld being here for January, there's a lot of value that I got from the Astral team. They're very good on defense in Cosmic Crucible. They're very good on defense in War as well. You can take them out with a lot of teams, but now that people have bigger Shadow Kings, bigger Doctor Stranges, they are harder to take out, especially if you get like Shadow King going. Shadow King is valuable in Arena. So even without Battle World being here, they still are valuable in Crucible, War, and in Arena because of Shadow King. You're not using these other characters in Arena, Moondragon, Doctor Strange, Emma, and Ancient One, but Shadow King, you can use him in Arena. So 3 game modes right there. And when Battle World comes back, you're going to be even more valuable because this is probably the top damage team against that null boss. So yeah, build up this team. Hopefully Shadow King comes back soon. You can build up that Shadow King. The rest of this Astral team, even without Battle World being here, they still probably would be in the number 2 spot for me. Once Battle World comes back, I think the Astral team still is at a number 2 spot because of these guys, the Annihilators. And when I'm talking about the Annihilators, mainly talking about Endgame, Thanos, Gladiator, and Gore, because these are the Arena meta right now. Probably not going to use them in the raids, kind of like the Astral team, not going to use them in the raids, but you're going to use them in Cosmic Crucible. You're going to use them in War. They're great whether you use them on offense or defense because of the kit of Endgame, Thanos, Gladiator, and Gore. It counters so many other characters. Ultimus is a great plug-and-play character. Will slot into that Liberty team because of all the taunts that the enemy teams are going to get. He's going to get a lot of speed bar. He's great for taking on enemy tanks. Silver Surfer doesn't have a lot of value, but these main 3 and Ultimus are going to give you value in a lot of game modes. The plug-and-play character is Ultimus here, but I've seen Endgame Thanos on multiple different teams. We talk about the best pre-taunt tank in a game. It has to be Gladiator because of his high stats there. And with Lalandra of the Shi'ar coming and getting a free Gladiator, I'm not sure if there's going to be synergy there with that team, but if we get a big Gladiator, Lalandra, and then another Gladiator summoned with, there might be something there with this Annihilator team there. But that is what I think is the top team in the game. Let me know what you think of this top 10 team list. Are there some teams like maybe Extreme X-Men that you feel should be on this list because of a character like Nightcrawler who's still valuable in multiple game modes? Or is a team like Absolute A-Force off of this list because Kahori just doesn't make it for you? Let me know down in the comments what your thoughts are on this list, man. If you got some value from this video, leave it a like. And if you want to see what are the best characters to take in a Dark Dimension, whether Dark Dimension 1 or 8, anywhere in between, check out the video up there, my guide for you. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. I'll see you guys next time. Hulk fist bump. ValleyFlyin out. Take care, guys.